right, without any ado, let's get into this discussion today. MPX. Must play enemy. Again, I want to talk about this again, this must play enemy thing that appeared in a couple of earlier episodes. And I want to talk about it again in the context of the whole resilience proposition I made to you from the very beginning of this journey. When I ask what drives you to get to and exhibit and express and to bring out into the open what was deposited in you since birth. And I ask that question whether knowingly or unknowingly, I'm asking you for you to relate to yourself and maybe to anyone else what drives you. I'm trying to get you to the answer, which is your presence. This is something you may be unfamiliar with, or maybe just plainly uncomfortable with coming to grips with your own defined presence. To take that hard or soft look into yourself. Kind of like that hard or soft pull on your credit score for that loan that you apply for. In this case, today, this is a hard or soft pull on your presence score, on your resilience bank account. So while that look into your presence account may not have an adverse effect on your balance, it should impact your savings balance on ego and fear accounts. Remember, the main account for your resilience is to have more courage than fear and ego reserves on your account. So see that hard or soft pull does reduce your ego and fear and can increase your courage stores and credits. But hurry. You should use those credits and stores as they mature and as they expire. And by the way, they mature and expire every single day. There's no carryover to another calendar or fiscal year. Also, no carryover to another day either. It is now here and now, this day, this moment, this present moment, that introspective self-discovery look into your resilience account has a daily ROI and interest rate. What is your sincere, genuine, curious, and original interest in your best present in this moment? Low interest? Then low rate of return. High interest? Meaning strong personal commitment to your interest? High return in that investment. But only for today, before the run on the resilience bank at the close of business. So that's what I ask you to research for yourself. To make time and space today to determine and decide and confirm what actually drives you, and your patience to develop presence as best as you can today. But to do that, you must play enemy to that other self of yours. You know, the one who enjoys vanity, arrogance, fear, and ego more than courage, humility, and confidence. That other contrary presence exists in all of us. I am calling myself out on that disability and fallback position. To give up on courage, and when I give in to vanity too many times during this precious life that I have. I've decided that I may have to establish another sub-series of episodes under 820, like the first subtitles called The Meaning of Love. Now, I might have to have a spin-off series called MPE, Must Play Enemy miniseries. So soon, I will go into the library and maybe re-release those episodes into maybe a binge-worthy successive days and for your personal perusal. Even if you get into the sub 820 episodes, Meaning of Love, and now maybe the MPE sub-series, at least you'll know where to find them on the 820podcast.com website. Or you also can skip over them as well. That's just an option. So I'm asking you to consider that. So today I've touched on it one more time, well, for now, on this must play enemy side. It's not really so enlightening and brand new idea that we'll have these competing, call them selves, they call them personas, personalities, Sybil entities, each of us. Maybe we don't have 16 of them, but at least I'm citing these two aspects, that we have an intention to do the great things, the positive things, the productive things that we maybe have been coming to realize of our talents, our positive traits, our purposes, our messages. Maybe we have all that. And let me speak for myself. I start out that day with great intentions. I'm going to run those 5 miles. And it gets deferred to maybe next week, maybe next year. But why couldn't I make that first step? You know why? Because the enemy Ming inside of me says, hey, slow down, man. Have a piece of cake. You'll be fine. Yeah, those 5 pounds won't make any difference to the other 50 you put on in the past 2 years. But that is the competing contrariness even inside this body that's speaking to you today. Again, I'm not telling you or calling you out. I'm calling myself out. And not as a dictum or a mandate or a proclamation or a sentence of whatever, my fate. That fate is what I'm walking into, maybe slowly or casually, but I'm coming to recognize that fate is not all bad. There are good parts to fate. There are indifferent parts to that fate. There are ugly parts. There are bad parts. But it's all one thing, the fate that we have to come to grips with, and then recognize the choices we can make on the positive production, yes, and love side more than the other. You must play enemy. But then, think about this. Be a friend to yourself as well. Stay current. Stay present. No matter where you are in this world, please do remember, it's always 820.